Mysterious years. In a far village lived so many evil people who cared only about themselves and gossiped about their neighbors while pretending to be their friends. The village lacked love and it was full of selfish people, but among these people lived the kindest of all, Juliana. Juliana is a very pretty girl. She has the kindest heart and never gossiped about anyone, but reverse was the case, as the villagers found pleasure in gossiping and laughing about Juliana because of her mysterious wide ears. They never understood why Juliana has such big ears. Juliana was given birth to with her big ears. Her parents tried all they could to make her ear normal, but it didn't work out, as Juliana's ear remained very big. As a child, she never had friends. The kids ran away from her and mothers warned their children never to associate themselves with her. But still, Juliana grew up to be a very happy child. The villagers never stopped making jest of her, but they never knew that she knows all of their secrets, even the ones that could destroy some of the villagers, as her big and wide hair allows her to hear the conversations of people in the village. She could even hear the thoughts of everyone in the village, but she never told anyone. No one knew she could, except her parents. She knows who is a fake friend the instant she sees two friends, as one would be wishing the other bad in her mind. But she never said anything. The king of the village is a very nice king and he rules over the village with sincerity and humility. But the problem is that the king isn't married. The people wondered why the king isn't married at his age, but they dared not talk about it, and this would affect the village because the king wouldn't have an heir. The only one in the village who knew why the king isn't married is Juliana, because he didn't complete his king coronation ritual and the gods warned him never to get married unless he will face the consequences of his actions. He has to look for a very strange bird which has gone extinct. He has to pass through the evil forest to find this bird, and if he's lucky he will find the bird and offer it as a sacrifice to the gods, who will then forgive him. But he couldn't do this because the evil forest is filled of scary creatures ready to pie him. Juliana knew all of this because she hears him when he's lost in thoughts. Seeing how worried the king is, she decided to help him out. She went to the palace one day and told the king her intention of helping him, and he was shocked to know that someone knows a secret that he has never talked about. So let's watch out for the next part of this story. What is going to happen between the king and Juliana, the girl with the mysterious ears? Please let's like this video, share it to your friends, add to your favorites. Please comment what you think about the story in the comment section. Thank you so much and see you guys on the next part of the story. Bye. Mysterious Hairs Part 2. The king was surprised that Juliana knew about all of his secrets that he has never shared with anyone. He figured out her big hair was the reason why she knows a secret. And so he said to her, "Okay, young girl, I'll follow you to the evil forest. I feel determined to do this. I have been so scared of going into the evil forest, but I feel like you were sent to help me, so let's go there together." Juliana became so happy that she has been given an opportunity to help the king, and now he can give the village an heir after he sacrifices the bird to the gods, and then he can finally get married to a wife. Juliana told her mom about helping the king go into the evil forest, and immediately her mom was against her following the king because the evil forest is a very dangerous place to go in. People that go hardly come out alive. Their dead body is always found in front of the forest. But then Juliana said she's going to be safe, and then she followed the king into the evil forest. The entire villagers didn't know about this, but then the rumor started spreading, and then the people confirmed it to be true because Juliana was no longer in the village, and then the king was missing too, and so they figured out that they went to the evil forest together. When they got to the evil forest, the king was really scared, but Juliana remained bold. Anytime an evil spirit appears to them, the king is usually so scared, but reverse is the case for Juliana, as she's always so bold. The evil spirits are always so amazed by her hairs. Sometimes they will play with her hairs and laugh with them because of how mysterious it is. They even thought Juliana was an evil spirit herself. The king was amazed, and then he started falling in love with Juliana, unknown to her. They walked round the evil forest looking for the bird that has gone extinct, but they never found the bird. Juliana used her wide ear to listen to the sound of different birds, but she never heard the sound of the mysterious bird that they were looking for. They almost gave up. They asked different evil spirits in the bed if they've seen the extinct bird, but they all said the bird has gone extinct and they haven't seen the bird in a very long time. Juliana and the king were very sad. The king gave up. He cried, "Is this how I'm going to be childless for the rest of my life? I'm not going to provide an heir for my people." But Juliana consoled the king. She stood by him. As she was consoling the king, she suddenly heard a strange sound. The sound was weird, and Juliana was hearing it from a very long distance. Juliana ran, leaving the king behind. She followed the sound she was hearing, and then she saw a very large bird on the floor. Apparently, it is the bird that they've been looking for. She grabbed the bird immediately, but it was too big for her to hold. But she summoned the courage and held onto the bird. So let's watch out for the next part of this story. Let's know what's going to happen to the bird and the king. Please guys, don't forget to like this video, share to your friends, add to your favorites. Please make sure you comment in the comment section. I'll make sure to reply everyone. Thank you so much, and see you guys in the next part of this story. Bye. Mysterious Years Part 3. Juliana fought so hard to hold the bed. The bed was fighting hard to run away because it knows its importance, and it knows that if Juliana should hold on to him for much longer, he will become powerless. The king was confused as to why he didn't see Juliana next to him anymore, and so he went to search for her and was shocked to see the bed with Juliana. "Oh wow, Juliana, you have saved me once again," he said, so happy. They held onto the bed together, and then they were on their way back to the village to offer the sacrifice to the gods of the land. But then everywhere suddenly changed. Day turned into night. Juliana and the king were so scared. It was obvious. But then a very scary creature appeared in front of them. Apparently, he is the guardian of the bed. He was so angry that Juliana and the king are holding the bed. He held on to a sword and wanted to fight them, but Juliana shouted, "Please take me instead and don't harm the king. He is everything to us. He has been so nice to us in the village. Take me instead," she shouted. The creature was so surprised that Juliana was ready to lay her life for the king. It was surprised, and then he said, "Okay, I'm going to take you instead of the king to see if you are really not pretending." Juliana was ready to follow him. She was following behind him, and then he stopped her. He saw that there is true love in the air, and then he let Juliana and the king go to the village with the extinct bird. Juliana and the king got to the village, and the villagers were so happy. They shouted for joy and welcomed them. The chief priest did the ritual, and the king was forgiven by the gods. They told him to get married to whoever he wants to get married to. The king already had someone in mind, but how to confess his love to her was the issue. He didn't know how she was going to feel, but then he didn't tell anything to her. Days passed. Weeks passed, months passed, and the king still didn't confess his love to Juliana. But then he had a dream one day. He saw Juliana getting married to someone else. He woke up from the dream so scared, and then he decided to confess his love to Juliana before someone else takes her away from him. He went to her house with the entire villagers, with so many foodstuffs as bride price. He presented it to her mother, and her mother shouted for joy. Juliana was surprised, and then she was blushing. She accepted this proposal, and then Juliana, the girl with the mysterious hairs, suddenly became the queen of the village. The villagers never mocked her again. Instead, they all wanted to be like her. A year after getting married to the king, Juliana got pregnant, and then she gave birth to the heir, the prince, who will one day become the king of the village. The end. Please do not forget to like this video, share to your friends, add to your favorites, comment, and see you guys on my next video. Bye.